as you find your table, if you have a green or a yellow card attached to your bidder number, if you could place those just above your salad plate, or a red one. If you have a meal indication card because you had requested a vegan or allergy-specific meal, please put your meal indication. If you selected vegan or allergy-specific, just place those above your salad plate. Also, we discovered an amazing donation downstairs. Somebody decided to donate their vehicle to Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon. It seems to be a very nice car based on the key fob that we found, and we are excited for your donation. There are some other important looking items attached to the car keys. If it was not your intention to donate your car this evening, come tell me what kind of car it is, and I might give you your keys back. We're so glad to have you here. Please find a spot. We're going to begin in just a moment. Welcome. As you are finding your spot, I wanted to remind people about our golden raffle. The golden raffle is your chance to win almost any live auction item before the live auction begins. The only item that you cannot select are the 300,000 travel points. Any of the other 9 items. There are only a couple of golden raffle tickets remaining. If you find your bid number in the middle of your table and you want one of our last couple golden raffle tickets for $50, hold up your bid number right now, 130. You're in for the golden raffle. 130. We're not drawing quite yet. There are purple bid numbers in the middle of the table. 120. You're in for the gold. 129, in fact, even better. 129. 272. You're in. 330, you're in. 336, you're in. 167, you're in. There are only a few remaining. 359, you're in for the golden raffle. 164, 317, 281, you're in for the golden raffle. I think there's only about 5 left. Who wants one of our final? 450, you're in. 315, you're in. Young person, do you have a bank account sufficient? Yes, you have backers. Glad. 222, you're in for the golden raffle. Thank you. I think there's 3. Does anybody, who wants one of our final 3 golden raffle tickets? You can win almost any live auction item. 209, you're in. 175, you're in. 371, that is all 100 golden raffle tickets. Can we hear it for everyone who helped us? Thank you. Also, can we have a huge round of applause for our DJ musician downstairs, Blackboard Music, for providing the music for our cocktail and happy hour together. Thank you. We're so glad. As you are enjoying the company at your table, we just want to point out, if you purchased wine downstairs in our mystery wine table, that wine should remain a mystery until you get home later tonight. It is intended to be mysterious all the way until you are at home and you are celebrating our success, because there is other wine that does not have to remain mysterious right now. Please leave the mystery wine until later. We are bringing you wine that will be happening right now. We are so excited to have you here celebrating Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon's 2025 Gala Love in Action. Welcome. Okay, I have to tell you, the need for love in our world is bigger than that. So, we are so happy to have you at EMO's 2025 Love in Action. I now get to welcome two people to help us begin. So if I could ask you to welcome to the stage the Tribal Nations Liaison for Multnomah County and a member of the Dene Nation. Please welcome J.R. Lilly. And also the Reverend pastor at Beth African American Methodist Episcopal Church in Portland, and a member of EMO's board of directors, the Reverend Allison Cannaday Smith. Would you please welcome her as well? Thank you.
Yate, she air Lilianisha, touching in Nishla, Sajakene Bushachin, touching in Dashachedo, Tabahanda Chanela. For those who don't speak Navajo, my name is J.R. Lilly. I'm part of the Red Rent Water people, born for the Cliff Dwelling people. My mother's father is part of the Red Rent Water people as well. My father's father is part of the Edgewater people. Born in Window Rock, Arizona, capital of the Navajo Nation, the largest and arguably the best Native American tribe in the United States. But I have the privilege of calling Portland and the confluence of the Willamette and the Columbia River home for quite some time. And one of the traditions that I've learned in my time here is the ceremony of the canoe journey. Every summer, the tribes in the Pacific Northwest get on a canoe and they all converge at a certain point for a time of protocol, welcome, exchange in culture, and so many wonderful things. But as they're going down the river and they land at a spot, they will not exit the canoe until they are properly welcomed. So they're standing on the canoe, waiting for somebody on shore to welcome them. They say, we're tired and we're hungry and we're looking to place to land. Can we land? And the host people come out and welcome them onto the land. And so we acknowledge there's this paradigm of guest and host that we operate in. And that's what most of us here today are. Even though I, as a tribal person, my tribe is within the Southwest area, and I too am a guest here. And it's important to acknowledge as guests who our hosts are and make strides to learn more about our hosts, because that's just what good guests do. So I'm going to lead us in a land acknowledgement statement in which we're all going to be reading. But we're going to read this together. So we have them on the screens here, and we're going to feel free to read it out loud or in your hearts. But we're all reading this together. So as we begin our event this evening, we would like to acknowledge that we are gathering on the unceded traditional lands and waterways of the Multnomah, the Wasco, the Cowlets, Clackamas, bands of Chinook, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Molalla, and many other tribes who make their homes along the Columbia River and on what we now know as a Portland metro area. Next slide. We recognize that systemic policies of genocide, forced removals, and land theft continue to impact many Indigenous and Native American families today. Ecumenical Ministries, Oregon respects and honors the past, present, and future of Indigenous communities of this land. Thanks to those who continue to serve as stewards, and encourage you all to support local and Indigenous and Native-led organizations. Thank you. Hakehet.
Thank you, JR. And now would you welcome the Reverend Allison Cannaday Smith.
In preparing for this wonderful blessing to be able to do the invocation tonight, I looked for hope in the scriptures. I'd like to start the prayer by reading something to you from Matthew chapter 25 in the Christian scriptures. When he finally arrives, blazing in beauty and all his angels with him, the Son of Man will take his place on his glorious throne. Then all the nations will be arranged before him, and he will sort the people out, much as a shepherd sorts out sheep and goats, putting sheep to his right and goats to his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Enter, you are blessed by my Father. Take what's coming to you in this kingdom. It's been ready for you since the world's foundation. And here's why. I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was homeless and you gave me a room. I was shivering and you gave me clothes. I was sick and you stopped to visit. I was in prison and you came to me. Then those sheep are going to say, Master, what are you talking about? When did we ever see you hungry and feed you, thirsty and give you a drink? And when did we ever see you sick or in prison and come to you? Then the king will say, I'm telling the solemn truth. Whenever you did one of these things to someone overlooked or ignored, that was me. You did it to me. God, as we gather today, we thank you for a room full of people who feed the hungry and give water to the thirsty and house the houseless. As we gather, may our hearts be full of your grace and your mercy and the hope that you've given to us. The faith, even the size of a mustard seed. As we gather, may these who have journeyed so far in their hearts for those who are maybe a little bit more misfortunate than them, may they be energized tonight. May our hearts and our pocketbooks raise to the occasion in our nation today to feed those who are hungry, give to those who are thirsty. And as we do that, oh God, may we always remember that we are doing it to you. May this evening be blessed. May the food be blessed, the servers be blessed. May all of us go home knowing that you are our God, and there is nothing that we can go through that you have not already triumphed over. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Kennedy Smith. Will you give Reverend Kennedy Smith, I have to say, as you mentioned, all of these amazing people, many of whom are longtime supporters of Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon, I want to remind us that we are here on a very auspicious evening celebrating 51 years of love in action. Can we hear it for 51 years of taking care of our neighbors and friends and community members? And I hope you will join me in celebrating some of the amazing sponsors who continue to support and make it possible for EMO to do this work, including, and you can give uproarious applause if you would like, our gold sponsor, Bambuza Hospitality Group. Can we hear it for Bambuza? And our silver sponsor, the Neil Kelly Company. Can we hear it for Neil Kelly? For our many bronze sponsors, Beneficial State Bank, Christian Church in Oregon and Southwest Idaho, the Community of Christ of Greater Pacific Northwest, Bob and Carolyn Corney, ELCA, the Oregon Synod and Together Lab, Rodney and Sandy Page, Jan and Mick Elfers, the Presbytery of the Cascades, Relay Resources, SEIU, Local 503, the Sisters of the Holy Names of Jesus and Mary, the Oregon-Idaho Conference of the United Methodist Church, and USI Insurance Services. Can you give a huge round of applause for all those amazing sponsors? We truly, truly could not do it without them. And I loved what Reverend Kennedy Smith said earlier. You know, tonight we are here to celebrate. We are here to be in fellowship. We are also here to be generous in big ways. And we do have big goals tonight. Our goal is to raise $250,000 or more tonight. And because of the generosity of our sponsors, we are, and I think if we can see this, I'm fairly sure, because if we go to the next we want to go to the thermometer, if it's possible. This. Okay, so our goal is 250,000. All of those sponsors have already collectively contributed over $50,000 towards our goal tonight. So if we could hear it for our sponsors who make it possible. And all of you, by showing up tonight with your generosity in purchasing a ticket, you have contributed over another $25,000 towards our goal, which means we are already almost at $80,000 in our Love in Action fund. So that's very good. It's really it's an auspicious place to begin. I get to now welcome to the stage somebody who is way more famous than I'll ever be, and needs really no introduction in this room, but because I have known him almost as long as anyone here, although Father Cobb is here, so I probably don't win on that front. My college classmate who used to work at the United Nations and in the U.S. government, where he helped Vice President Kamala Harris and President Obama to do things that I'm pretty sure he's not allowed to tell us about, but it's okay. You can ask him later. Being a believer in amazingly good outcomes, he decided to come back to Portland, where he was from and is from and now is, and take on the role as the executive director of the Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon. Would you please give a huge round of applause to the one and only Frankie So. Frank, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Love in Action 2025. It's really a joy to be here, and as you all settle in, I thought it'd be kind of good to tell you what we've been up to since our 50th anniversary celebration last year. Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon has served more than 275,000 Oregonians. That's right. Because of you, because of your support, we have distributed over 2.7 million pounds of food to those in need. You're going to get tired of clapping because there's a lot of good stuff that we've got here. Because of you, we have served clients living with HIV with over 7,600 meals in the last year. Yes. Because of you, no survivor of domestic violence has gone unhelped by the services that we provide. Because of you, we have settled over 330 refugees, and we're very proud of that. Because of you, this last year we were able to graduate our 300th homeless youth. And it's not just providing them housing, it's giving them love. Because of you, we held our Earth Day Summit in more than 18 locations throughout the state, talking about the importance of climate change and believe that science is real. Because of you, our advocacy teams have been able to do a lot of work in Salem, and I know we've got legislators in the room, so we want to thank you as well. We've been working together, and we've been able to pass bills. One of them allows asylum seekers to access higher education. Amen. We have been able to pass bills in coalition for those serving survivors of domestic violence, homeless youth. We have even passed a bill, though it didn't have much funding, but we're working on it, that will allow the state to open up funds to build affordable housing on church property. I could go on and on and on, but I think most of you receive our messages, our flyers, our information, and many of you are already involved. So what I'd like to do for one moment is to thank those people that are making this happen. So first and foremost, you don't have to stand, you can raise your hand. If you're a volunteer at any of our programs or volunteered here tonight, please put your hand up and be recognized. If you're an EMO staff member, please raise your hand or stand and be recognized. Thank you. If your name is Jill Ann Johnson and you're about to retire from EMO after 10 years, please raise your hand and be recognized or stand. Thank you, Jill Ann. Michelle, Erica, Christy, where are you guys? You were the core team that put tonight together. Thank you very much. Let's give them a hand. And if you don't know, she's going to kill me for this. But you can't, because it's not very Christian to do. It's Christy's birthday tonight, so let's give Christy a big round of applause. Happy birthday, Christy. And I want to thank our board members. If our board members could just raise their hands and be recognized. Without you, EMO does not operate. Thank you. I know we have other past board members in the room, and I hope we have some future board members in the room. Even if EMO is not an organization that you know well, if you know another organization that is looking for a board member, I would highly suggest it. Without board members, organizations like EMO don't have guidance, don't have oversight, and they reel you in. They're like, Frank, you gotta be careful. Don't go too political. But it is very important to have those board members. So thank you very much. I want to thank our member denominations, our congregations, our churches, our government officials that are in this room, those that couldn't make it tonight because they're working, and our many service providers, from our banks, our insurance providers. It's been so great to partner with you. I also want to take a moment. I believe there's roughly around 20 nonprofit leaders in this room. I see Catholic Charities, I see Adelante Mujeres, I see Centro Cultural, I see Lance Orton, I see Chris Blanchard. Would you please just raise your hands and be acknowledged? Thank you. Now, it's been well documented that when you give, the person who receives the gift benefits immediately. It's also been well documented that when you give, you, the person who gives, has a long-lasting happiness. And I think about that, and it's reflected probably very well in a quote by St. Francis of Assisi. And the quote is, "For it is in giving that we receive." It is very simple, and it makes a lot of sense. We believe that there is love in all people, that God's love exists in all, not just in some. Now, some might have lost their way, but the love is there. And we are proud that we display that and we show that and that we include that in EMO. There are people who said, Frank, the federal cuts are coming. You need to take down your DEI statement. I said, you know what? I said, you're right. We're going to take it out of the About section, and we're going to move it to the front of the EMO website. In a moment in time, the faith community is probably one of the most important voices in our society. It really is. This year's Collins lecture was in Pendleton, and it was around the topic of how we protect the rights of LGBT community. That's right. This is what matters. This is what we must do to lift a prophetic voice. I know I'm supposed to be short in my comments, so I'll try to wrap it up, Ian. There is no doubt, I think, right now that our democracy is being tested. Moreover, the social fabric in our communities, not just our country, is being pulled by extremists. The majority aren't there. As a son of 2 immigrants, I think this is very personal for me. Some of you may have heard this, and I say this a lot when I speak because I think it really reflects how EMO thinks. When I came to EMO, I attended one of our SOAR legal parties. And I asked the staff, I said, the people that we are trying to help, are they Americans? They looked at me and they said, no, Frank, they're not Americans. I said, that's right. The people that we serve here in this program are not Americans. We don't serve them because they're Americans. We serve them because we are Americans. As we look strategically at the next 3 years, no political pun intended, maybe, okay. We realize we can't change what's happening in Washington. But what we do know is that we can make changes here locally. We can be the example for others. We can be that beacon of light. We know this because we have had great support. This year, Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon purchased a new property, the Luther Memorial Church in the Cully neighborhood. That church will now continue to provide services as our food pantry for that area. We are very grateful for the Lutheran Church, and we're grateful for the community that helped us retain that church. We are looking similarly to do that with our legal services. We know we must depend less on government and grow our own endowment to stand for our values and not be tainted. I have no doubt that EMO will continue to uphold its mission and its values. And I want to leave you with this tonight before you begin the main show. And I asked our staff, have you ever heard of the anchor theory? And some of them were like, no, what's the anchor theory? And I think it holds very true to what we're doing. An anchor doesn't stop waves from flowing. Rather, it keeps its ship steady. We, because of you, will continue to stand unshaken. Thank you very much. Enjoy this evening.
Can we hear it one more time for our executive director, Frank So? Thank you, Frank. It has become part of the tradition at EMO, at this Love in Action Gala, to celebrate people who are putting love into action throughout the entire year. And we are very excited to get to honor 4 people this evening whose courage, moral vision, commitment to action have contributed profoundly to making Oregon and the world a better place. So we will celebrate 4 recipients: a young visionary, a Justice Award winner, a humanitarian, and we will honor our Ecumenist of the Year. And so it's my great privilege to welcome someone to the stage to present our first award, our Young Visionary Award. This person is the director of the City of Portland's Portland Solutions Department, which addresses homelessness and livability challenges in our city. Would you please welcome to the stage Skylar Brocker Knapp? Here she is.
Good evening. The last time I was on an EMO stage was 25 years ago with my father, who's here tonight, as we honored my mom as she became the president of the board of directors. And it's an honor to be back. It's such an incredible organization, so thank you for having me. My name's Skylar Brocker-Knapp. I run the Portland Solutions program for the City of Portland, as was mentioned, for homelessness, livability, outreach services. I met Michael Larson nearly 2 years ago when a mutual friend told me, "You have to meet this incredible young man." And she was completely right. After sitting down for coffee and looking into Michael's eyes as he told me his story, which you can read in your program, and his vision for Humans for Housing, I was all in. He's special. Everyone who knows him knows he's meant for this work. He brings kindness, compassion, creativity, and unparalleled vision to this necessary and intractable work. Partners in this space, as you all know, are not only helpful but required. When those partners become friends, that's a gift. And I'm proud to serve on the board of Humans for Housing, but even more proud to call Michael my friend. No one is more deserving of the Young Visionary Award than Michael Larson. It is a distinct privilege to honor him tonight, so let's please put our hands together and congratulate Michael.
I want to tell you about this dream that I have. I have a dream that one day I'm going to have a son. He's going to be about 10 years old, and he's going to come home from school one day. He's going to look at me and ask, "Dad, today at school we learned that people who didn't have a place to live, they used to live in tents on the sides of the roads. Did that really happen?" And I'll look at him and I'll say, "Yes, that did really happen." And Dad, we learned that people passed away living on the streets in the cold and in the heat. Did that really happen? And I'll have to look at him and say, "Yes, that did really happen." And then he's going to look at me and he's going to say, "But Dad, I've never seen a tent like that in the photos they showed us. What changed?" And I'll get to look at him and I'll get to share about a group of people that came together and started a movement behind the belief that every person is deserving of a safe and stable place to lay their head at night. That's where we're going. Thank you.
Can we hear it for Michael Larson? Thank you, Michael. So, you already heard that in addition to all of her work planning tonight's gathering, that Christy managed to bring all of you together on her birthday so that she could have the biggest birthday party in the city of Portland tonight. So I want to invite Christy Bach up on stage, and if you would give our amazing development director a huge round of applause. So, Christy, it is tradition that on your birthday, people give you presents. We're not doing that. Instead, we're going to ask you to give somebody else a present. Yeah, so in here are all of the golden raffle ticket purchasers. Everyone who purchased a golden raffle ticket and you have the golden ticket, we're going to ask you to select the person who is the winner of the golden raffle. And this is how this will work. I believe, yes, every time you purchased a golden raffle ticket, we put your name on this list. And you can see there are 100 names. Sometimes people bought more than one. We put your name on more than one. Like I can see, Vivian and Adam are on there twice. If that happens, we'll have to talk. And so, Suhail and Aisha are on there 5 times. Yes. Okay, so in this golden bag are all the numbers 1 through 100. So if you would select the number of the person's name who is the winner of the golden raffle, perfect. And then if you are on this list, this is when you want to be looking at the person in your life who actually makes the decisions and finding out which item you will be selecting if you win. Yes? Okay, do we have a winner? You have a number. Okay, do you want to say the number? And then we will, on which line is the name?
Keep going down with the list, all the way down toward the top. Up, whatever. The smaller numbers, please. Scroll down. That's okay. Wait, go back up a little more. And number 21, Chris Blanchard.
Christopher Blanchard, you are the winner of the golden raffle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Could we hear it for Christopher Blanchard, who is standing right there? Yes, so I'm just going to walk over here because it makes life a lot easier. So I'm curious, did you and anybody in your life make any decisions about which of the 9 available items you were hoping to take?
Can I defer?
Here, let me ask you a question. Item number 1 is the signature experiences. You get to go to dinner and Stoller and a University of Portland soccer game and a family membership to World Oregon. Is that the one you want? Great. You have approximately 2 minutes to make a decision because I'm going to find out who does want that one, and then I'll come back. Does that sound great? Okay, would you give Christopher a big round of applause? He's going to make some fast decisions. For everybody else, could I ask you to right now, for just a moment, find the purple bid number that is in the middle of your table that has your name on it? And could I ask you to find it quickly, because if you don't have it, somebody else probably does. And it is probably connected to your credit card. So if you could put your own hands on your own bid card, and then if you would hold them all in the air at the same time so that we know that you have the card that is yours. Yes. Could we see every single bid card in the air at the very same time? And if you haven't, okay, we're finding them. We're taking pictures. Good, wonderful. This is great. Okay, will you notice something very special about your bid card? There is one side that has a bid number. There is one side that does not. If at any point this evening you want to bid on an item, point the bid number in my direction. If at any point this evening you would like to donate $25,000 to EMO, point the blank side of your bid card in my direction, and I will ask the person behind you what your bid number is. And it will be very wonderful. So just be sure to point whichever side feels right. Okay. We have only a very few live auction items, and we are going to find the people who want them very quickly. So if you want something, you got to be focused and paying attention. I know that the food is amazing, but item number 1 is a whole set of signature experiences. And if you want, you can follow along in your book, including a 1-year family membership to World Oregon, where you can become a member of a global group of citizens who come to Portland and talk about all kinds of amazing worldwide things. You get to go to the Sesame Collective. You get to go to Stoller Family Estate for a classic wine tasting, and you get four vouchers to go and see the University of Portland Pilots win a soccer game, because that's the only way they know how to play soccer at U of P. If you would like all of these signature experiences, here's your chance. Start us off at $25 to go. If you want all of these things, $25. Does anybody want to go? We got 25. Would you go 50? We got 50. You want to go $75? I got 50 going once, 50 going twice, 75. This is a very good deal, by the way. You get to go out to dinner, a soccer game. We got 75, 100. Would you go 125? Would you go 150? 125 once, 150, 175. Would you go 200? We got 175 once, 170, 200. Would you go 225? 200 once, 225. Would you go 250? We got 225 once, 225, 250. Would you go 275? 275. You want to go 300? 275 once, 275 twice, 275, 300. Would you go 325? 300 once, 325. You want to go 350? 350. Would you go 375? 350 once, 375. You want to go 400? 375 once, twice, and sold for $375 to your bid number 211. Christopher, have you had enough time to make a decision? You have a decision. A decision has been reached. Okay, so, I'm sorry. No, well, no, we're both working at the same space at the same time. It's okay. Of the now 8 remaining items, which of them were you thinking of selecting?
I am selecting the most expensive number 10.
That is the one item that was precluded from the golden raffle winning item. I did mention this. I promise, ask anybody. Is there any item that is not the sky's the limit that you would like to select?
You know you're going to go to hell.
The good thing is I'll still be loved by God. So,
I think we're going to stick with item 10.
no, I literally can't give you that one. It was precluded in the rules on the golden raffle. Any other item that is not item number 10,
Take Portland Classics.
they're taking Portland Classics. That sounds fantastic. Okay, hold on. Wait, which number is that? 4. They're taking item number 4, the Portland Classics. And can I just say, because of all of your support, we have raised $5,000 in our golden raffle. So could we hear it for everyone who helped with the golden raffle? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're moving on to item number 2. This is family fun. OMSI, Oaks Park, Enchanted Forest, and the Grottoes Festival of Lights. And I will tell you, if you have any members of your family ages between about 3 and 99, this is definitely what you want to do with your family all year long. I'm pretty sure that my family has done all of those things in the last 12 months. So if you would like an entire year of fun with your family, here's your chance, and you get to support. Okay, ready? You want? Great, go for it. $1 million is bid. Oh, sorry. Okay, would you start us off at $50 to go? We've got 50 now, 100 now, 150. Would you go 200? Would you go 250? We got 200 once, 200 twice, 253. Wait, he's waving, not bidding. We got 250. Would you go 300? We got 250 once, 250 twice, 250 300. Would you go 350? We got 300. You can cheer for people. It's okay. They're supporting EMO. It's totally fine. We got 300. Would you go 350? 300 once, 300 twice, 300 last chance at 350 and 350. I can tell that's the person sitting between you that wants to go to Enchanted Forest. Very wise young person, very, very wise. We've got 350, would you go 400? We got 350 once, 350 twice, 350 and sold for $350. Bidder number 222. She's excited. She's going to the Enchanted Forest. That's good. Okay, item number 3 is not available if you are her age, because it is your chance to go for a weekend at the clubhouse at Domain Serene. If you are a wine person, you know how fancy this is. And if you are not a wine person, this is very fancy. You should probably go. So you get an estate wine tasting flight for 2, and you get a 2-night stay at the clubhouse at Domaine Serene, which really means that every other person here is going to be hoping that you're not in a committed relationship already. But if you are, I recommend taking that person with you on this really, really amazing adventure. So here we go. For 2 nights, for 2 people at Domaine Serene with wine tasting. Start us off at $50 to go. We got 50 now, 100 now, 150 now, 200 now, 250, 300, 350. Would you go 400? Would you go 450? We got 400 once, 400 twice, 450 with 500. Would you go 550? We got 550, 600, 650. Would you go 700? We got 650 once, 650, 700, 750. Would you go 800? Would you 850, 900, 950? Would you go 1,000? We got 1,000. Would you go at 1,100? We got 1,000 once, 1,000, 1,100. Would you go 1,200? We got 1,100 once, 1,100 twice, 1,100. Last chance and sold for 1,100. 272. Congratulations. Nicely, nicely done. Okay, before we go on, we actually have a late-breaking addition to our live auction, which I believe is not in your catalog. This item is a duo of original art by incredible artist Robin Lee Wicks. These are 2 original floral paintings, 14 by 11 with custom solid wood frames behind UV protected glass. These are the flowers that I would want at my house because they would survive my care. And if you are the kind of person who likes flowers that are very, very challenging to kill, these are the ones for you. These are this beautiful pair. You get both of them together. They're very lovely. I hope you got to see them. Christy is holding them over there, which does not mean that they are her birthday present. It just means she is showing them to you. So, for the set of floral paintings from Robin Lee Wicks, who is a Colorado-based expressionist painter, valued at over $1,000. Start us off at $100 to go. We love to have 100. 100, would you go 2? I got 100 once, 100 twice. 100, we'd love to have 2. 200, would you go 3? I got 200, we'd love to have 300. You get both together and they will last forever, I promise. We got 200, you want to go 300. 200 once, 200 twice. 200, would you go at 300 for the pair of beautiful floral artistic paintings in the frames? Oh, you're so fortunate. 200 once, 200 twice, 200 last, 300. Would you go 350? I got 350. Would you go 400? We got 350 once, 350 twice, 350 last chance, and sold for $350. Congratulations. I don't know his bid number because now he's giving hugs. But that's fine. It's love in action. Would somebody find out what his, great. Okay, we know will somebody, is there anybody related to him sitting at that table? Because nope. Yeah, it's good not to touch somebody else's bid card. That's smart. Don't do that. Okay, can he hold it up? The state of Oregon legally requires it. Okay, good. Okay, 257. Will you give 257 a big round of applause? Thank you. We get to move on to our next award recipient. Here to present our Justice Award. Currently studying child behavioral health at the University of Oregon, a second home graduate. Would you please welcome to the stage Kimberly Cruz. Let's give her a huge round of applause.
Good evening. It is my privilege to be here tonight and to present the EMO's Justice Award to Senator Winspeak Campos. Senator Campos advocates tirelessly alongside Oregon's immigrant communities and youth, especially working to advance tuition equity, food for all, and support for youth experiencing homelessness. I also want to take a moment to share my own experience with EMO's Second Home program. Second Home changed my life in the best way possible. When I felt like my future was uncertain, the program helped me to see that there is always another chance to reach your goals. Even when things seem impossible, it gave me hope when I needed it the most. Second Home also showed me that there is kind and generous people in this world, people who will support a student they never met simply because they believe everyone deserves a chance. Because of this program, I've been able to focus on my education and build a better future. It helped me dream bigger and believe in myself. So thank you, Amy, and thank you to everyone involved with Second Home. Your work changed lives just like it changed mine. And now it is my great honor to recognize someone who shares the same passion for justice and opportunity, Senator Winspeak Campos, and accepting the award on her behalf of Senator Campos is her legislative aide, John from Dental.
Thank you, Kimberly. You nailed the last name pronunciation, and thanks for the reception. It's an honor to accept this award on behalf of my boss, Senator Campos. I know she's incredibly honored to receive this award and to be recognized by such an extraordinary community of faith leaders and advocates. She regrets that she couldn't be here herself to accept the award. She'd like to thank the entire EMO team, especially Director Frank So, and also Britt Conroy, public policy head at EMO. Yeah, give it up. I know I speak for all of our office when I say that your thoughtfulness, your persistence, and moral clarity make all of you and your team an invaluable partner to our office. This legislative session was one of the toughest my boss has experienced, and I know many of you share her anxiety as the federal administration takes shape and as the communities that we all serve face unprecedented attacks. And that's why the Senator is so grateful to have your voice. You remind us that faith can be a force for justice and compassion at a time when it is so often weaponized to exclude others and turn them away. So thanks again for your advocacy and your partnership, and thank you for the award. Thank you.
Can we hear it one more time for Senator Campos? Thank you, and thank you, John, for sharing her words. Okay, there are a few more lovely things that you could have in your life that would also support EMO at the same time. So, Christopher selected item number 4, the Portland Classics. So again, that item, congratulations, it's going with Christopher. So we are going to move on. Yes, I know it looks lovely, but it was already taken. Item number 5 is the mind, body, and spirit item. This is your chance to go to the Manuka retreat in the Columbia Gorge, where your mind will be renewed. Then you can go to Concordia Wellness for a 1-hour massage where your body will be renewed. Then you can go to lunch for 2 on the Portland Spirit, where your spirit will be renewed because it's, okay. And then you also get to go to the grotto all year long, where your mind, body, and spirit will be renewed, because the grotto is such a peaceful, prayerful, wonderful place. So, if you would like your mind, your body, and your spirit all to have lovely things all year long, here's your chance. Start us off at $25 to go for the whole package. We got 25, would you go 50? Now 75, would you go 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250, 275, 300, 325, 350, would you go 375? We got 350 once, 350 twice, 375, would you go 400? We got 400, 425, would you go 450? We got 425 once, 425 twice, 425, 450, would you go 475, would you go 500? We got 475 once, 475 twice, 475, last chance, and sold for 475. Congratulations. Bidder 1, 3, she's getting high fives now. 130. Do I have that right? 130. Would you give 130 one more big round of applause? Thank you for your support. Okay, item number 6, the finer things in life. Oregon Symphony, Portland Center Stage, tastings for 4 at Domain Serene Wine Lounge downstairs here at the Sentinel. I don't know if they are still going to be open at the end of tonight's festivities, but if they are, you can just wander right in. I don't think they are, but you could try. Also, you get to go to the Lansu Chinese Garden with a 1-year family and friends membership. So all of these amazing Portland fine experiences, music, the garden, wine. If you would like some of the finer things to be part of your year, start us off at $50 to go. We got 50 now, 100 now, 150 now, 200 now, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550. Would you go 600? We got 600. Would you go 650? 650. Would you go 700? We got 650 once, 650 twice, 700. Would you go 750? We got 700. You want to go 750? 700 once, 700, 750. Would you go 800? 750 once, 800. Would you go 850? Would you go 900? We got 850 once, 850 twice, 850, and sold for $850. 186. Congratulations. I do just want to remind everyone that as you are using your paper bid cards, the flames on your tables are real, and the two things do not mix very well, as certain people are finding, unless you are so ardent in your love in action that you are just inflamed. But please try not to light any more paper on fire, thank you, if at all possible. Item number 7. 4 nights in the gorge at the Kelly Woodford Mountain Retreat in Parkdale, Oregon. This is one of the most beautiful, award-winning architectural homes in the extremely picturesque town of Parkdale. I will tell you, they have some of the best barbecue in the world in Parkdale, Oregon. Get some barbecue, take it to the Kelly Woodford Mountain Retreat, and you will have a very, very nice week on your hands. So, if you would like to go to the Kelly Woodford Mountain Home for 4 nights, here's your chance. Start us off at $100 to go. We got 100 now, 200 now, 300 now, 400 now, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. Would you go 1,300? We got 1,300. Would you go 1,400? We got 1,400. Would you go 1,500? 1,500. Would you go 16? We got 1,500 once, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700. Would you go 1,800? We got 1,700 once, 1,700 twice. 1,800. Would you go 1,900? We got 1,800 once, 1,800 twice, 1,800. Last chance at 1,900 once, twice. I'll make you a deal. He's at 1,800. You were at 1,700. Would you be willing to meet in the middle at 1,750? And we will send you each, not at the same time, for 4 days at the house. You want to do it at 1,750? Sold twice for 1,750, 233, and also 159. Can you give it up for $3,500 for EMO? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We get to recognize our next award winner. Our next award winner will be presented by Washington County Commissioner Nafisa Fai. Would you please welcome Commissioner Nafisa Fai and give her a big round of applause.
Thank you, Ian. You're doing great. Good evening, everyone. I want to say happy birthday, Christy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christy. Happy birthday to you. You are working very hard. You deserve that. I'm Nafisa Fai, and I serve as Washington County Commissioner. Washington County is the second largest county in Oregon, and it is the economic engine of our great state. Yep, Washington County, folks. Let's go. Woo-woo! And you probably didn't hear it here first, but I'm also running to be the next Washington County chair. A refugee girl from Somalia who came to this country as a teenager with no English has now been elected twice to serve the county that is the center of Oregon's economy and now is seeking to lead it. If that isn't the American dream in action, I don't know what is. Now, I probably shouldn't have said all that out loud at a nonprofit event, so let's just keep that between us tonight. And Frank, sorry for mentioning my race for a chair. But honestly, what brings me here tonight is not politics. It's people, it's community, and it is the values we share, the values of dignity, compassion, and justice. It's an honor to be here with you at the Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon's Love in Action dinner. This gathering is more than a meal. It is a living testament to what can happen when people of faith and people of conscience come together to serve, to heal, and to love our neighbors. Thank you. I want to take a moment to recognize someone whose courage reminds us why gathering like this matter so deeply. Mahdi, who was detained by federal immigration officials on July 15 and was held for days in a detention center in Tacoma, Washington, is here with us tonight. Mahdi is the Beaverton father who was detained while dropping off his kids to a childcare in Beaverton. Mahdi, would you please stand so we can honor your presence with us tonight? What an honor to be in a room that you are welcomed and celebrated. Thank you. Thank you, Mahdi, for your resilience and for reminding us that the struggle for justice, it's not abstract. It is lived by real people right here, right now. And if anybody is wondering how we can help Mahdi connect with him, there's a lot he needs help with, both legal and politically. That is why tonight's award is so meaningful. The American Civil Liberties Union of Oregon has been on the front lines of defending dignity and protecting rights, from free speech to voting, to standing up for immigrants and refugees. Their work shows us that justice is love made public. It is my great honor to present the 2025 Humanitarian Award to the American Civil Liberties Union of Oregon. Please join me in celebrating the ACLU tonight and welcoming ACLU's Executive Director, Sandy Chung, to the stage to accept this award.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandy Chung, she, her pronouns. Before I start, I want to recognize the everyday people like Mahdi and Commissioner Nafisa Faye, who have been the front lines of our fight for democracy in our country. So tonight I'm here with Jessica Maravilla, our wonderful policy director. On behalf of the ACLU of Oregon community and our more than 48,000 members and donor supporters across our state, thank you so much to Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon for this incredible honor. For more than 100 years, the ACLU has been clear. We are going to defend and advance our democracy, civil liberties, and civil rights. The ACLU has a saying. Do you know what it is? We'll see you in court. The ACLU of Oregon has gone to court and gone to court again and again and again and again. And we've shown up in legislative venues and in communities to fight for the basic rights and freedoms of all Oregonians. Currently, with all of you, we are fighting for the heart of our country. With you, we are striving for justice, fairness, and freedom. We are cultivating care and collaboration. We are empowering everyday people. And with you, we are always standing with our most vulnerable communities. To all of you, I want to thank you for your solidarity with us, with organizations like Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon, and believing and doing the work to make an Oregon of greater justice, equity, and care We are in solidarity with all of you. Thank you.
Can we hear it one more time for the ACLU? I do have to say that Sandy reminded me earlier that when my sister was the chair of the board at the ACLU, she actually helped hire Sandy for her current role. So on behalf of our family, we're extremely grateful for all of your work. Okay, there are a few more amazing things. Item number 8, the Nehalem Wild Run River Homestay. If you have never been to Nehalem, Oregon, you have never been to the epicenter of the culinary scene on the Oregon coast. Because just down the riverbank from this beautiful place is Riverside Fish and Chips and Buttercup Ice Cream and Clam Chowder. And between those two places, you can definitely eat breakfast, second breakfast, lunch, dinner for at least a dozen days in a row and be extremely happy. So if you would like to go to Nehalem, where you can stay right on the river, be right near some of the most delicious things, and right in the perfect spot where you can go to Manzanita in one direction, you can go to Tillamook and Garibaldi in the other direction, and have an amazing Oregon coast time. Here's your chance. 3 nights in a 3-bedroom for 6 people home on the river in Nehalem. Start us off at $100 to go. $100 now, $200 now, $300 now, $400 now, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300. Would you go $1,400? Would you go $1,500? We got $1,400 once, $1,400 twice, $1,400 last chance, and sold for $1,400. 1, 6, 5. Please bring me back some Riverside Fish and Chips. I want it. Okay. Item number 9 is the Portland Staycation. You get a $250 Airbnb gift certificate, a $50 gift card to the McMinimans of your choice, and 2 tickets to the Broadway Rose Theater. There are 2 ways that you can use this Portland Staycation. Either you can simply take yourself out for a lovely night and drinks and a theater experience, or when you have family members who call you and say, hey, we are coming to Portland next weekend, you can say, that is so great, our house will be empty, you can stay there, we're going to an Airbnb and out to the theater and McMinimans, and we will see you on Monday. So that's wonderful. If you want the Portland Staycation with all those things, start us off at $50 to go. We got 50 now, 100 now, 150 now, 200 now, 250 now, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550. Would you go 600? We got 550 once, 550 twice, 550 last chance at 600. Are you happy about this at 550? Is this what you were hoping for? Yes? No, you were not. You were waving. 550, would you go 600? We got 550 once, 550 twice, 550. There was a look of uncertainty at the person who I thought was going to buy this. Once, twice, and sold for $550. 1, 6, 5. Congratulations. One final item before we introduce our final awardee. This is the sky's the limit. Now, this is 300,000 travel points. What does 300,000 travel points get you? I have no idea. And it really depends on the way in which you travel. If you are the person who is very happy to be in 36F, then you could probably use 300,000 travel points to go anywhere on the planet, maybe more than once. If you are the person who would like to be in 1F, you could probably make it to Medford at least halfway. And it really depends on which of the airlines you use. But I will tell you that if you are in that large middle area where, 15 or 19 is just a perfect row for you, then there are hundreds of places all around the planet that you can go with 300,000 travel points, and you get to do it on whichever airline or whichever hotels are your favorite. They are not specific to any particular company because this is not a political event unless you're making a contribution, and then we will specify these to whatever company you want. So, 300,000 travel points to go wherever it is that you decide that they will take you. Start us off at $200 to go. We got 200 now, 400 now, 600 now, 800, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, 1,600. Would you go 1,800? Would you go 2,000? We got 2,000, 2,200. Would you go 2,400? 2,400. Would you go 2,600? We got 2,400 once, 2,400 twice, 2,400, 2,600, 2,800. Would you go 3,000? Would you go 3,200? We got 3,000 once, 3,000 twice, 3,000 last chance at 3,200. 3,200. Would you go 3,400? We got 3,200 once, 3,200 twice, 3,200. It's warm somewhere, or maybe it's cold. There's a lot of household conversation happening right here. I don't want anybody to go home and be in trouble. We've got 3,200 once, 3,200 twice, 3,200 and sold for 3,200. 474. Would you give 474 a huge round of applause? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congrats. So we have one more award to bestow. Our Ecumenist of the Year. And here to present this award is the stated clerk of the Presbytery of the Cascades, the Reverend Paul Bells Templeman. Would you please welcome him? Welcome, Reverend Paul.
From the beginning, Chris de la Cruz sensed a calling to bridge building. And what is an ecumenist if not a bridge builder? For those of you who are unaware of the word ecumenist, it comes from a Greek word that means habitation or household. And it talks about the desire for us to expand our sense of God's household to all. In 2021, Chris forged a task force of Lutherans, Methodists, Methodists, Presbyterians, and our Native American community members, and proposed transferring a vacant Presbyterian church to the Native Wellness Institute as an act of land back, as a step towards repairing our relationships with Native Americans. And the plan was to use this property for Barbie's Village, that is a tiny home village constructed on the land with the church buildings being repurposed as a community center for the Native American community. And there was this beautiful moment of ecumenism. I recall Lutherans, Methodists, Presbyterians, walking on the land with our Native American siblings who stood on barren land and sang forth through song a playground full of butterflies and children. That was my bridge into a wider, beloved community, which Chris brought together and held together. Thank you, Chris. Beyond butterflies and children, though, there were 2 years of contentious conversations and muddled misunderstandings. Through all of that, Chris built the bridge, was the bridge, with a non-anxious presence, urging us to unite, listen, and work together towards this dream of Barbie's Village. And after 3 years of bridge building, the presbytery, the Presbyterian Church in Oregon, the Presbytery of the Cascades, finally returned the land to the Native American community. Bridge building is beautiful, and it's hard toil, and it takes a toll on bridge builders. I am grateful for his perseverance and all that Chris brought and brings as he works to help us expand our understanding of the wideness of God's beloved community. So it is my honor to present the Ecumenist of the Year Award to the Reverend Chris De La Cruz.
Thank you, Paul. That really means so much, you saying that. And I'm so grateful for this wonderful honor from Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon and for staff, for Frank, when you called me. Like, I almost had to pull over the side of the road. Wait, are you sure you're talking about me? Yeah, before my remarks, there's a few quick thank yous that I'll miss folks for sure, because the work I do in what you call bridge building doesn't happen with so many other folks. But very briefly, thank you to my wife, Amanda, who is with me through so much and is always on my side. I want to say to my kids, look, I'm on YouTube. I finally made a splash. And my parents, who are also will watch this video and have watched every video I've been on. To folks from Together Lab, where I currently do youth initiatives, Ron and Elide. It's amazing to work with good friends, as well as organizers Jess, Steph, and Chris. Westminster, to that whole table, Beth and Greg Neal, you supported me in all my leadership at Westminster, even when I asked for so many crazy things. And thank you, Melissa Reed. You've been my organizing buddy in all of these ecumenical adventures, so I couldn't do this without you. So my deep passion is around the well-being of young people in particular. Barbie's Village is about like tiny homes, roofs over the heads of young folks, these amazing indigenous leaders Jeline and Shanoa and Jennifer and all those amazing badass women have done with Barbie's Village. And my ecumenical ministry now, my current work with Together Lab, cultivating belonging and youth leadership and accompanying parents and congregations so that youth are noticed, named, known, and needed in the community. Like, my passion is building bridges so that young folks can just have belonging. And people who work with youth, many of you who might be here, are often told, that's great that you're doing important youth work. That's not my thing, but that's good on you. So here's my gentle challenge. Together Lab's youth initiative, Youth Solidarity Movement, had a youth retreat in January, which happened to be on the presidential inaugural weekend. We had teens there who were afraid that their parents were going to be deported. Trans kids worried that their very existence wouldn't be allowed. Black and brown kids who just wanted to live. The last day of that retreat, one young person impacted told me, I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm so thankful that at least today, I'm here at this retreat and I'm not alone. Hearing that was at once deeply encouraging, but frankly, it was really heartbreaking because for all the work we could do at the retreat to give care and encourage youth leadership and belonging surrounded by positive adults, out there, adults were trying to set up a world to make our youth afraid. And they were doing it in the name of God, and that was their youth ministry. So the truth is, you don't get to opt out of youth ministry just because you're not the one in the church basement with the pizza. Our churches, our community work, our policy and justice work all affect our young people, whether we acknowledge it or not. So all of us need to be about youth solidarity. Thank you.
Can we hear it one more time for all four of our amazing honorees this evening? Thank you so much, Reverend Chris. For tonight, for today, we are all here together, expressing our love in action. But EMO is out every single day and will be all year long, expressing our love in action. And so I invite you to see what it looks like when love is in action. Check this out.
Let's face it, these are difficult times. Severe federal funding cuts to programs that help the most vulnerable, unjust deportations of our immigrant siblings, and legislation targeting our queer community. While others are turning away from protecting DEI, at EMO, we are practicing it, celebrating the diversity of our programs, clients, and staff. At EMO, we take a holistic approach to improving the lives of our communities. We meet the immediate needs of vulnerable individuals through direct service programs, and seek real structural change through statewide public policy and advocacy work. So let's hear from our staff about how we carry out Love in Action.
EMO advocates for just policies for all Oregonians. Our current legislative priorities include welcoming and supporting immigrant and refugee Oregonians, sheltering the houseless, and advancing climate and environmental justice.
This last legislative session, working with great partners in a really difficult budget environment, EMO helped secure a 5-fold increase in base funding to house youth experiencing homelessness. And we created a program to prevent homelessness among families with infants and young children.
Thousands of Oregonians have immigration protection, housing, and more because of your support of this advocacy.
Drastic changes to U.S. immigration and refugee policy this year have deeply impacted Oregon's immigrant community. Our team at SOAR Legal is working tirelessly to meet the rising demand for immigration, legal representation, and educational services, even as the federal funding for these programs has been terminated. We are representing hundreds of vulnerable asylum seekers from countries such as Afghanistan, Cuba, Haiti, Ukraine, and Venezuela, helping protect them from deportation so they can pursue their asylum claims in safety. I'm not only a staff member at SOAR Legal, I'm also a client seeking asylum from the war in Ukraine.
As potentially offer a unique self-service shopping experience, allowing people to select their choice of fresh foods and vegetables, dairy, bread, meat, and more, with a high percentage of immigrant and refugee clients. We have a multilingual staff and translated us material into the most common language of us clients.
Lanzamos una nueva oportunidad de compra enfocada en la comunidad latina. Los esfuerzos de divulgación enfatizan que no se les pedirá identificación ni documentación a los clientes, creando un espacio seguro para satisfacer sus necesidades básicas. El personal y los voluntarios hablan español, permiten que la despensa atienda a la comunidad latina en su idioma principal.
Second Home connects volunteer host homes with unaccompanied high school students experiencing homelessness. With the assurance of stable housing and ongoing support, students can focus on completing their secondary education and planning their future goals.
Students in our program have over a 90% graduation rate. This year, 18 of our students graduated from high school. Support for our students comes from both the staff and folks in our community. Our program is a creative example of how our communities can respond to the issue of youth homelessness.
Since 1990, the HIV Day Center has provided a community that strives to address the basic needs of individuals living with HIV with respect, compassion, and safety. We are the longest-serving HIV Day Center in the nation. We provide hot meals 5 days a week, and clients have access to a clothing closet, washer and dryer, computers, showers, and hygiene supplies, as well as a pool table, one of our clients' favorite activities, piano, TV, and books. But the most important aspect of the Day Center is building community with each other.
At Slavic Oregon Social Services, we support some of the bravest members of Slavic communities, survivors of domestic and sexualized violence. Violence can happen in any community, but for immigrants, it's often much harder to reach out to police or government agencies for help. We walk alongside survivors on their courageous journey to break the cycle and reclaim their freedom and happiness. We listen and help without judgment, and most importantly, we use survivor-led approach, which means survivors themselves decide what support they need. That's true empowerment. That's love in action.
Our dedicated team of staff and volunteers provide weekly delivery of 7 nutritious meals and a point of connection for individuals who are lower income, primarily homebound, and living with HIV throughout the 6-county Portland metro area. That's over 1,000 meals each month that go out from our kitchen into the community. Here's a fun bit of news. The kitchen at Luther Memorial Church is undergoing renovations to meet commercial kitchen specifications. One of the beneficiaries of these upgrades will be the Daily Bread Express.
Around the world, over 123 million people are forcibly displaced due to conflict, war, persecution, and other forms of the violence. The resettlement to a safe country is their best hope for building a future. Although the U.S. Refugee Resettlement Program has seen severe cuts in refugee arrival this year, SOAR is committed to welcoming refugees to Oregon as we have done for nearly 45 years. Many of our staff have been refugees themselves. Some of us were even resettled through SOAR, including myself. Our personal experience of adjusting to a new culture give us invaluable resources and empathy for our clients.
At EMO, we believe that a safe and healthy environment is a fundamental human right. That's why we're taking climate action. We focused on climate safety and health at this year's Interfaith Earth Summit, held at 18 hubs across Oregon. Thanks to a grant, we purchased 3 electric vehicles and installed EV chargers at EMO's central office. And we are standing up to major polluters by coordinating the Stop Northwest Gas Expansion Coalition across the Northwest. However, climate change is already hurting our communities through heat waves, wildfires, smoke, and other impacts. In response, we're transforming faith communities as resilient hubs to prepare and respond during natural disasters.
Extreme temperatures pose real health threats, especially for people who are older, low income, or live alone. The Cooling Portland program addresses these threats by installing free portable AC units in the homes of vulnerable Portlanders. Last year, we installed 355 AC units. This is love in action.
Amor en acción.
C'est любовь у dia.
C'est l'amour en action.
Questo è amore in azione.
Amina Paamalke.
这就是爱的行动. Это любовь в действии.
In mahabbat wa amalas.
မင်္ဂလာပါအချစ်မှာအသွမ်းနဲ့ပြန်ရှိပါတယ်လူသားအလုံးကျမ်းမာကြပါစေ
Do you know that last year, EMO served the needs of more than 250,000 Oregonians? Well, how did we do it? With the financial support of donors and foundations, more than 1,600 volunteers who gave their time and talent, and of course, our team of 92 dedicated staff. So how can you support Love in Action? Donate to financially sustain our programs, volunteer to assist the vulnerable in our communities, and advocate for legislation by spreading the word about the good work we do. We now invite you to join us. This is Love in Action.
Can we hear it for all of the programs of Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon and all those 92 amazing people? Reverend De La Cruz, I don't know, you're there. I have to say, as a parent as well, when you talk about that young person who said, I look out and I am afraid. It feels very easy to understand why that person would feel that way. And Hamdi, your presence here is we're so honored. And we know that even as you have suffered, you are here celebrating with us. We're so grateful for your example of joy and love. We really appreciate it, even in the face of fear. And Frank, something you said earlier is what I'm holding on to right now and giving me hope. You talked about this anchor theory, and we're so lucky because we have over 50 years of practice and over 50 years of all of your love all bound together in networks so that we are ready to be that anchor, that powerful anchor, even as the waves just seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, for 50 years of being here in our community, but as Frank also just said, it is through your financial support that we are able to be that love in action. So I get to ask you right now if you would consider making a contribution so that we can keep showing up for the 250,000 people in our community that we support every year. And I'm going to ask you if you might consider one or more of the following levels of generosity. We are going to start at the very big level of $25,000. Look, they're helpful. They put them up there. You can see. Then we're going to go to $10,000, and then $5,000, $2,500, $1,000, $500, $250, and $100. And if you are able to express your love in action by supporting at any of those levels, we just ask you to hold your card up high when we get there. And I do just want to point out in case you're wondering, you're allowed to do them all if you want to. Just keep going. It's fine. So, we heard earlier that our goal is to raise $250,000 or more if possible. And fortunately, with all of the support we talked about, we are on our way. But is there anyone here this evening who might be able to take us way over the top with a gift of $25,000? If you can, we will clap a lot for you. Is there anyone who might be able to do $25,000? And you can hold up the back side of your card or the front side of your card, whatever you want to do. I will say they, at the last moment, couldn't come, but Carol Butler and Wynn McCormick are sending us $25,000 towards our Love in Action. And if we could flip over to the other view, we'd love to see it. Because, yeah, okay, so with Carol and Wynn's $25,000, that takes us to $104,000. And if we could give Carol Butler and Wynn McCormack a huge round of applause, we would really, really appreciate it. Is there anyone here this evening who might be able to help with a gift of $10,000? If you could do it at $10,000, we would be so amazingly, amazingly grateful. And we will also applaud a lot for you, we promise. Is there anyone who could help us with $10,000? Is there anyone who does not want to do $10,000, but you're going to do it anyway? Because you feel compelled. Is there anyone who might be able to help us with $5,000? If you could do it at $5,000, we would be so, so grateful. Is there anyone who could help us with all of the work that we are doing all around the state of Oregon with a gift of $5,000? And I will say, I know that we have an anonymous gift of $5,000, and the person is here, so you can applaud for them, even though I cannot point to them because it's anonymous. Is there anyone? And if we could see it, we want to be able to see it. Go to the other thing, and then, I know, it's crazy. You have to keep going back and forth. It's great. Okay, yeah, do that. Great. That takes us to $110,000. Would you give those people a big round of applause? Is there anyone that might be able to help us with $2,500? If you could do it at $2,500, we would be so, so grateful. Hold up your card. We will applaud a lot for you. We'll clap and applaud all at the same time. Is there anyone who might be able to help us at $2,500? At $2,500? Okay, I have to tell you this. We have an anonymous matching opportunity. Somebody here wanted to match 25 gifts of $1,000. Which means if 25 people can help us with $1,000, that's $25,000, and we can have another $25,000 from our anonymous benefactor. So we are hoping that at least 25 of you might take us up on this. Is there anyone who could help us with $1,000? 315, thank you. 211, thank you. 362, thank you. 356, thank you so much, Julie. 154, thank you. 140, thank you. 186, thank you. 391, you can applaud for all these amazing people. Thank you. 292, thank you. 198, thank you. 165, thank you. And 204, thank you. 250, thank you. 386, thank you. 473, thank you. Would you give all of those people a huge round of applause? And if we could keep going back to the thermometer, I know, we're doing both. Okay, great. So that takes us to $123,000. Did anybody count? Are there accountants in the room? That was 15. Great. So we want a few more. Is there anybody else who might be able to help us with $1,000? We would be so, so grateful. Is there anybody who just gave $1,000 but you were really hoping to give $2,000. If that's what you were really thinking. Okay, I say this. 2, 4, 5 at $1,000. Would you give them a huge round of applause? Thank you. That leaves only 9 remaining. Is there anybody that wants any one of those $9,000 gifts? And you get to be the person that takes us over $125,000. Is there anybody that wants to do it? Okay, I think we should break the rules or just change the rules and do it like this. If we can get 18 people who give us $500, can we count that, Frank? Is that like against maybe? I think yes. Christy says yes. Okay, how about we get 18 gifts of $500? 300, thank you. 295, thank you. 341, thank you. 362, thank you. 237, thank you. 266, thank you. 332, thank you. 199, thank you. 176, thank you. 188, thank you. 200, thank you. Give it up for this half of the room. Thank you. 378, thank you. 209, thank you. 276, thank you. 317, thank you. 144, thank you. And 202 and 293. Can we hear it for all those amazing people? And 240 also at $500. And if we could go to the other, yes, that one. Okay, great, awesome. Was anybody counting by any chance? That was 19 gifts of $500, which means we get to put in another $25,000. Can you give it up for our anonymous contributor helping us with $25,000? Thank you. Is there anyone who might be able to help us with $250? If you can do it, 102, thank you. 251, thank you. 218, thank you. 129, thank you. 452, thank you. 454, thank you. 289, thank you. 242, thank you. 132, thank you. 257, thank you. 261, thank you. 194, thank you. 226, thank you. 286, thank you. 210, thank you. You can applaud for these amazing people. 238, thank you. 324, thank you. 118, thank you. 450, thank you. 294, thank you. 143, thank you. 236, thank you. 233, thank you. 117, thank you. 122, thank you. 120, thank you. 337, James, thank you. 354, thank you. 367, thank you, Troy. 331, thank you. 480, thank you. And 478, can we hear it for all those generous people? Thank you. All right, you heard twice, we already sang that it was Christy's birthday tonight. And I teased her by saying that we weren't going to give her presents, but it's not true. Because Christy's parents are here tonight, and they said that they would like to match 15 gifts of $100 in honor of Christy's birthday. So, Gail and Don Bach are going to give us $1,500, and we're hoping that 15 of you will match it, and you can help and celebrate Christy, their daughter, as she celebrates us. So, if you can help with $100, 130, thank you. 185, thank you. 123, thank you. 119, thank you. 336, thank you. 350, thank you. 128, thank you. 357, thank you so much. 299, thank you. 471, thank you. 249, thank you. You can still applaud. This is amazing. 219, thank you. 360, thank you. 158, thank you so much. 282, thank you. 373, thank you. 169, thank you. 236, thank you. 296, thank you. 457, thank you. 269, thank you so much. 359, thank you. 125, thank you. 124, thank you. 275, thank you. Keep going for these people. 322, thank you. 265, thank you. 389, thank you. 326, thank you. 159, thank you. 193, thank you. 103, thank you. 343, thank you. 348, thank you. 369, thank you. 234, thank you. 356, thank you. 454, I just want you to know people are going again. Thank you. 339, thank you. 264, thank you. 243, thank you. And 399, all at $100 and way more than 15. Would you give those people a huge round of applause? Can we put in the $1,500 from Christy's parents, which takes us to $173,200? Also, before I ask you if you might consider one more thing. Many of you helped by buying golden raffle tickets, and you helped by purchasing items in the live auction. And there were people who sent contributions who couldn't even be here this evening. And all of those amounts totaled together are about $21,000. Is that true? More than that. $23,000 more dollars. So can we put all of those dollars into our thermometer for the live auction and all of those things, which takes us to $197,075. Is there anyone who would like to donate $2,925? Just as a random number. That's just a number I came up with right now. Does anybody want to do $2,925? Or does somebody want to do $1,000 and then somebody else does $1,925? Or, I just feel like it would be very exciting if you did that. Does anybody want any part of $2,925? You can pick any fraction of that number. Anybody want to do any part of it? Okay, you want it, what part? 176 is going to do $300, over 10%. If 10 of you do that, then we'll be all the way there. Is there anybody else that wants any part of the remainder? Please don't ask me to do the math. Yes? Okay, while you're thinking, yes? What do you want to do? 315 is going to do $300, 300 more dollars. If 8 more people could do $300, we would get there. Is there anyone who wants to do, this seems like a great number for people. Do people want to do $300? Would anybody else consider $300? Or any other amount you want? 250 will do $300 more dollars. 250, thank you. Is there anyone else? If 7 more people did $300, or even one person could just do $2,025. Come on, you can do the math. Is there anybody that wants to do $300 or the whole thing? Okay, you want to do $25? 235 is doing $25. Thank you for making the math so easy. Is there anybody that wants to do $2,000? I thought that would work. Let me say this while you're thinking about this. We have one final opportunity, which is tonight we celebrate 51 years of Love in Action. And in honor of 51 years, even as you have all been so incredibly, incredibly generous, if you have not already burned your bid card on the candles in front of you, we want you to consider if you would turn in your bid card for $51 additional right now. And if all of you could do $51, that will be way more than the $2,000 remaining dollars to get us there. And we are going to select one of these bid cards to win a very fun prize. So, if you could help us with $51 more, would you hold your card in the air right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 20. There's more than 50 people. Would you give all those people a huge round of applause? Can we hear it for everyone supporting us with $51? And while those are all coming this direction, I want to bring back to the stage. Are you ready? Oh, he's coming. Are you coming back? You're coming back, right? Do you want to come back and help with this last part, Mr. So? Yeah. You know, he's in charge. While these are all coming to the stage, would you give it up for Love in Action and our executive director, Frank So? Let's hear it one more time. They're going to bring all those, but you can pick in a second. You do your thing. Okay.
What am I doing? Okay, go. Okay. Okay, well, can you all hear me? All right, very good. So one of the most wonderful things that I get to do is really stand here in gratitude. And no matter how crazy things are and how we say that we're going to be the anchor, we come through. And so I really stand here again in gratitude this year for your presence, for your support, for putting up with the lack of air conditioning, it seems, too. And before I welcome our multi-faith team to lead us in a closing benediction, I do want to say that there are, and I think you'll see it up here on the screen shortly, there's a really cool thing, and I was going to wear my EMO shirt for you, but many of you have seen it. We have a shirt that says, "Do justice, love mercy, walk humbly." And for those of you of faith, you might know that comes from Micah 6:8, and it's something that we strive to do because of who we are and because of why we believe so much in our community. So with that being said, I would like to ask you all to please give a round of applause to Ian, who's been doing such a great job here tonight. Thank you, Ian. To give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Reverend Linda Jaramillo, which many of you was an Ecumenist of the Year. We can go ahead and start clapping. Yes. I'd also like to welcome Dr. Fatima Albar to the stage. And a very good friend of EMO as well, Rabbi Michael Kahana, to the stage. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And after our benediction, we'll have one closing thing to say. Thank you.
When we pray together. Dios Santo de muchos nombres, venimos ahí tan llenos de gratitud. Al salir de este espacio sagrado, ayúdenos a escuchar tu voz que nos recuerda que todos y todas y todes somos parte de tu familia, relacionados entre nosotros y nosotras y nosotres. Recuérdanos amarnos sin condiciones. Manténganos conscientes de tu abundante gracia que no conoce fronteras. Haznos instrumentos de tu paz. En este día, en todos los días que vienen, en el futuro. En nuestras muchas voces decimos, oremos. Amén, 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 and amen.
I'll be reciting a few verses from the Quran, from the second chapter. My recitation going to be in Arabic and the translation going to be in English there. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته وما للظالمين من أنصار ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد.
Thank you so much. This theme today of love in action is so powerful, but love is really in interaction. It is about connection. It's about what it means to be together, to stand together, to work together. In this week's Torah portion in the Hebrew Bible, in the Torah, we read, Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem. You are standing here together, all of you, before your God. Those of us who are religious leaders have heard too often that the accusation that religion divides us. We who are involved with EMO know that religion is what unites us. That we stand in our faiths, we stand in different faiths, we stand in different ways of chanting, of reading, of connecting, but we are all part of something important. Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem. You are standing here today before Adonai your God, why are you sitting? Stand up. There's nothing religious leaders love more than saying, please rise, and seeing everybody stand up. It just warms our hearts. We are standing. We're standing in relationship. We are standing in love. We are standing united in our incredible and beautiful diversity. God loves diversity. God created diversity. God created us so different, and yet we are created in God's image in our incredible diversity. So look at the person at the table around you. Look at the person next to you and say, we are love in action. Turn to them. We are love in action. We are love in action. We are love in action. And you are created in God's image. May we go forth from this place that is made holy by our love, by our commitment, by our connection. May we continue to build. May we continue to make the world a better place. May we continue to see the divine in every person we meet. May we see this incredible uniqueness, no matter what our circumstances might be. And may we go forth giving love in action. Amen.
Can we hear it for our three faith leaders for our benediction? Thank you for sharing. Thank you all so much for being here. Please pick up anything that you purchased, like wine or auction items, on your way out. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. You are Love in Action. We'll see you next year. Thank you and good night.